Hello, what's going on my fellow pixelators? This is Lucky HD here. Today we're uploading another Minecraft pixel tutorial build, and today we're doing Luffy Wano part 5. Without further ado, let's move straight into the tutorial. Once again, today's blocks we are going to be using black concrete and gold block. And we're going to be continuing from where we left off last time, which is over here, where we did this bottom right diagonal from the straw hat. So we're going to fly back in towards here. Once we have flown back into us here, if you go and hit that like button and subscribe as well if you haven't already, because that would be much appreciated. With that note being said, let's get straight into building from here. So once you have flown to this bottom right diagonal here, we are going to do another 2 bottom right diagonals from here. So 1 and 2, and from the second one here, we're going to place 1 going to the right, just like so. So we should be looking like this so far. Once we've done this, fly back down to this 2 and do 2 bottom right diagonals from here. So 1 and 2, and from this second one we're going to place 1 going to the right, just like so. Then do another bottom right diagonal from this 2 and place 1 to the right again, just like so. Then we're going to do another bottom right diagonal, and from this bottom right diagonal we're going to place 3 going to the right. So 1, 2, 3. There we go, that's 4 in total there. Once we've flown back into this 4 here, we're going to do a bottom right diagonal from here. And from this bottom right diagonal, we're going to place 9 going to the right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So that should be 10 in total going along there. Once we've done that, fly back in. And do an right diagonal from here. And place 2 going to the right, so 1 and 2. We're then going to repeat this 3 here 2 more times in a upright diagonal direction. So do another upright diagonal and place 2 to the right. 1, 2, adds 1. That's another right diagonal and 2 to the right, and adds 2, and that should be 3 in total. 1, 2, and 3. As you can see, we have 3 threes in total going up in a upright diagonal direction. Once we've done that, fly back towards the end of here and do 3 upright diagonals from here. So 1, 2, and 3. And from this third one, we're going to place 2 going to the right. So 1, 2. We're then going to place 1 on top and then fly underneath. And we're going to place 1 underneath, just like so. And then we're going to place 1 going to the right. I'm just going to zoom out so you can see what we've done so far. That's what we should have done right there. And once we have done that, we're going to fly back down to this bottom left corner here. So just basically fly back in towards the left, back to here. And we're going to go down underneath this block right here. So, and we're going to go down by a 3 from here. 1, 2, 3. We're then going to take out our gold block. And from this 3 that we just placed underneath, we're going to place 1 gold block going to the right. We're then going to take out our black concrete. And then going to place 2 going to the right of this gold block. So 1, 2. And then going to do a bottom right diagonal. From this bottom right diagonal, place 1 to the right, just like so. Then do another bottom right diagonal. And from this bottom right diagonal, place 2 to the right. So 1, 2. And there we go. Once we've done that, we're going to destroy our gold block. So we're going to destroy that. And then we're going to fly back down to this 3 underneath here. So back to this line here. Once we have flown back to this line here, we are going to place another 3 going underneath. So 1, 2, and 3. And then again, from this 3 that we just placed underneath, we're going to place another 1 going to the right. But this time we're not going to place a gold block to the right. With our black concrete, we're going to place 3 going to the right from this bottom 3 here. So 1, 2, 3. There we go, we should be looking like that. So as you see, there's like a 2 gap up here, just in between here. Once we have done these 3 to the right, we are going to do another bottom right diagonal from here, and place 1 to the right. We're then going to do another bottom right diagonal, and there we go, that's bits done there. So zoom out. Once again, we are going to fly back into this line here, so we're going to go back underneath this big line here, that's in total 6 now. We're going to go back down this line. So once you flow back to this line here, we're going to go underneath by 4 this time. So 1, 2, 3, 4. we're then going to place 3 going to the right from here. So 1, 2, 3. We're then going to do a bottom right diagonal, and from this bottom right diagonal we're going to place 1 going to the right, just like so. And there we go. Once again, once we've done that, fly back down to this line here, which is 10 in total. Once we have flown back to this line here, we're going to go underneath again, and we're going to go underneath by 5 this time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and there we go. And that should be 15 going down in total from this block here. So from here it should be 15 going down, just like so. If you do want to count, you can count. But there probably is no point, because we're going to connect to a point here, so you'll know if you've gone wrong, and if you have gone wrong, if you don't connect there, you can just redo this part, or depending on where you went wrong. But once we have flown back to this 15 in total going down, we are going to do another bottom right diagonal from here, just like so. We're then going to place 2 going underneath from here, so 1, 2. We're then going to do another bottom right diagonal, and then we're going to do another bottom right diagonal, just like so. Then place 1 underneath. There we go, should be looking like that so far. And then we're going to do 3 bottom right diagonals from this 2. So 1, 2, and 3. And as you can see, those 3 bottom right diagonals that we've just done right there connect to this one that was already placed here going up. So it looks like 4 bottom right diagonals in total. And once you have done that and you have connected, that means we have done everything correctly so far. So again, that's why I said you don't have to count 15, because if you connect, that means you have gone most likely correct. Once we have done that though, we are going to fly to the right hand side. And we want to fly to the very right hand one sticking up here. So we want to fly to that area right there. So I'm going to fly in, and I'm going to place a gold block just on the one we're going to go off, just in case anyone didn't get that. We are going to be going off that one right there. So I'm going to fly back in. Once I've flown back into this one here, I'm going to place 1 on top, just like so. So that's 2 going up there. And now I'm going to do a up left diagonal. From this up left diagonal, I'm going to place 1 on top. But I'm going to do 4 up left diagonals from here. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And on top of this 4th one, we're going to place 1 on top, just like so. There we go, we should be looking like that so far. Then once we're back to this 2 here, we're going to do 5 up left diagonals from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And from this 5th one, we're going to place 1 going to the left, just like so. So we should be looking like that so far. And then we're going to fly back in. Once we fly back to this 2 here, we're going to do 6 up left diagonals from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And from this 6th one, we're going to place 1 to the left, just like so. But I'm going to do 2 up left diagonals from here. So 1 and 2. And from the 2nd one, we're going to place 1 to the left, just like so. We're then going to do 3 up left diagonals. So 1, 2, and 3. And from this 3rd one, we're going to place 2 going to the left. So 1 and 2. We're then going to do another up left diagonal from here. And from this up left diagonal, we're going to place 2 going to the left. So 1 and 2. We're then going to fly back and towards the right. So back towards this middle one here. We're then going to place 1 on top, just like so. Once we've done this 1 on top, we're going to do a up left diagonal from here. There we go. From this up left diagonal, we're going to place 1 on top. We're then going to place 1 to the right, then fly over to the left, so back to this one in the middle here, and we're going to place 1 to the left, just like so. So we should be looking like that right there. Once we have done this though, we're going to fly up to the top, so back to this one here. So we're going to be going off this one here on the left, and we're going to do 4 bottom left diagonals from here. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And as you can see, those 4 bottom left diagonals just connect to this one sticking up here. And once we have done those 4 bottom left diagonals, we're going to fly to this one sticking to the right here. So this one right here, we're going to be going off this one right here. Once we are flown to this one here, you're ready to go, we're going to do 2 upright diagonals from here. So 1 and 2. And from the second one, we're going to place 1 going to the right. We're then going to place 1 underneath. Fly back up by 1. Once you've flown back up by 1, so back up to this corner here, we're going to do a upright diagonal. And there we go. As you can see, this upright diagonal connects to this one sticking out to the left here in this area. Once you've done this though, fly back down to the one we've just placed underneath just a second ago. So back to here. And once we've flown back to this one here, we are going to do a bottom right diagonal from here. From this bottom right diagonal, we're going to do another bottom right diagonal and place 1 to the right, just like so. We're then going to do another bottom right diagonal, and we're going to place another one going to the right again, just like so. Now there we go. I'm going to zoom out and have a look at what we've done so far. As you can see, we've done the straw hat and the neck. So you can tell it's the neck. You can't tell too much it is the straw hat. Well, you can actually. It's just we haven't done the more outlining. There's a lot more outlining in the hat to do. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to complete the inside of the hat first. So again, we're not doing the colours. We're just going to complete the outline because it's probably one of the more complicated parts, or not complicated parts. You just have to get to it. So it takes a bit of time. So we might as well complete it while we are finishing the neck. So we're going to start off by flying over to the right hand side one. So we'll start with this one first, as we have done the most in here. And once we are on this right hand side, we're going to fly up to the very top one first. So fly to the very up bottom top line going down basically. So this line that we just did do, we are going to fly back to this one here. So I'll place a gold block just so you can see where we're going off. We are going off that area right there if anyone didn't get that. So fly back into this area. Once we have flown back to this 2 here, we are going to do a bottom right diagonal with our gold block. Now, once we're in this bottom right diagonal with our gold block, we're going to place another one to the right, just like so. We're then going to do a bottom right diagonal with our black concrete. And there we go. We're then going to place 1 to the right with our black concrete. Then do another bottom right diagonal. Then place 1 to the right. And then we're going to do 3 bottom right diagonals from here. So 1, 2, and 3. From this third one, place 1 underneath. There we go, that's that little area there done. So we'll keep the gold blocks for now, just so we can have a bit of a reference to see what it looks like final when we do one line. I know we'll destroy them after. But flying back down to this 2 here, so the one that we just placed underneath that looks like a 2 going down. Once you fly back to here, take out your gold block again. We're going to do a bottom right diagonal from here. From this bottom right diagonal, we're going to do another bottom right diagonal. And then we're going to take out our black concrete. With our black concrete, we're going to place 1 to the right. And then we're going to do a bottom right diagonal. From this bottom right diagonal, we're going to place 1 underneath, just like so. We're then going to do 2 bottom right diagonals from here. So 1 and 2. And there we go. And now that little bit there is done. As you can see, if you can take out your gold block if you want. And from the end of this 2 bottom right diagonals we've done, we can do a bottom right diagonal with our gold block and place 1 underneath. And as you can see, that is the first line done right there. So again, we can just go and destroy our gold blocks now because we don't need those. I just clipped it there so we can actually see it's like all kind of connected basically. See, that was actually the easiest one. Now we got to move on to some of them are a bit just a bit harder than others. But moving on from that, we're going to move on to the second line going down from the top. So this line here, so I'll place a gold block here just in case anyone doesn't get where we're going off. We are going to be going off that line right there. So we're going to fly back in towards here. And once we have flown back in towards this line here, we're going to start off by doing a bottom right diagonal from this line. With our gold block again, just like so. We're then going to take out our black concrete and we're going to do a bottom right diagonal from here. And then we're going to place 1 to the right, just like so. We're then going to do 4 bottom right diagonals from here. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we're going to place one underneath, just like so. We're then going to take out our gold block. We're going to do a bottom right diagonal from here. And this time we're going to place one going to the right with our gold block. There we go, as you can see that's a 2 right there. Then we're going to take out our black concrete and we're going to place one to the right, just like so. We're then going to do a bottom right diagonal. We're going to place one underneath. And then we're going to do 2 bottom right diagonals from here. So 1 and 2. And there we go. As you can see, that's 2 bottom right diagonals. And that's that little bit there done as well, because as you can see, we connect back to here. Once again, you can do a bottom right diagonal and place one underneath, and as you can see, it connects. And then we just have a little zoom out. So as you can see, the second line is done. And then we're just going to destroy these gold blocks. So just destroy these. There we go. There's the last one. And that's the second line of the hat done. So we've got 2 more lines to do. Now, moving on to the next third one line going down from the top. So we're going to move into this one right here. So I'll place a gold block just where we're going off. We're going to be going off this one right here. And now we're going to fly back in towards it. Once we have flown back in towards it, we're going to do 2 bottom right diagonals from here with our gold block. So 1 and 2. We're then going to take out our black concrete and do a bottom right diagonal from here. And from this bottom right diagonal with our black concrete, we're going to place one going to the right, just like so. And then we're going to do 3 bottom right diagonals. So 1, 2, and 3. And there we go. Once we've done this, we're going to do another bottom right diagonal, but this time with our gold block. Do a bottom right diagonal with our gold block, just like so. Once we've done that, take out our black concrete and do a bottom right diagonal. Then from this bottom right diagonal, we're going to do 4 more bottom right diagonals with our black concrete. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, and that should be 5 in total of those bottom right diagonals with our black concrete. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And there we go. Again, you can do another bottom right diagonal with your gold block from the end and just place one underneath, and as you can see, we connect this one just like so. And that's what we've done so far. So we can just destroy our gold blocks. And once we have destroyed all of these gold blocks, we're going to move on to the next and final line to do in this right sector here. And once again, we are going to be moving to the 4th one down. So this line right here, I'll place a gold block. If you can't see where we're going off, we are going off that one right there. So fly back in towards here. Once we've flown back in towards here, we're going to do a bottom right diagonal with a gold block again. We're then going to place one underneath, just like so. We're then going to take out our black concrete, and then we're going to do a bottom right diagonal from here. From this bottom right diagonal, we're going to place one going to the right. We're then going to do 2 bottom right diagonals from here. So 1 and 2. There we go, that's that little part there done. We're then going to fly back to the end, take out our gold block again, and from the end of here, we are going to do another bottom right diagonal. And this time from this bottom right diagonal, we're going to go underneath by 2. So 1, 2. And take out our black concrete and do 3 bottom right diagonals from here. So 1, 2, and 3. And there we go, that's a little bit there done as well. And take out your gold block and then do 2 bottom right diagonals from the end of here. 1 and 2. And as you can see, the second one connects in a bottom right diagonal direction to this one black concrete sticking up here. Once we have done this though, destroy our gold blocks. So destroy that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, and then destroy these ones. And then there we go. There is the first sector of the straw hat done. And once we have done the first sector, we're going to move on to the next sector, so the left hand side. And then we're going to complete the left hand side, and that'll be all the neck and bits done. We do have one more part though just to do after we do this part. I'm just going to make 2 outlines there just for the next parts when we continue with the Luffy. As you've seen, if you didn't see the last video, we're going to be doing our pixel arts differently. We're going to be doing one build, but we're going to be doing it daily instead of doing one build, different build each day. So with that note being said though, we're going to fly to the top again. Bit more last work to do in this one, and we're going to fly to the one sticking out over here. So we're going to fly to this one sticking out at the top. So I'll place a gold block just in case anyone didn't get that. We're going to be going off that one right there. So, fly back in towards here. Once we're flying back towards here, from this one sticking out, we're going to place one underneath with our black concrete, just like so. Then from here, we're going to take out our gold block, and we're going to place two going underneath from here. So 1, 2. We're then going to take out our black concrete, place one underneath, like so, and then place one to the right. There we go, we're going to zoom out quickly. So we're just doing the other lines, because obviously we haven't done the other lines yet. So from the end of this 2 here, with our black concrete, we're going to take out our gold block, do a bottom right diagonal from here, and place one underneath, just like so. Then take out your black concrete, place one underneath the gold block, just like so, and place one to the right, just like so. Then take out our gold block again, do another bottom right diagonal from here. This time though, we are going to place 2 underneath. So 1 and 2, and take out our black concrete, and place one underneath, and place one to the left. Then do a bottom left diagonal, and place one to the left again, just like so, and then do another bottom left diagonal. And there we go, let's zoom out. So as you can see, that's what we've done right there. So we're going to go off the top one first, so this one here, and then we're going to move on to that one, and then we'll move back up to the very top, back to here, and complete that one. So let's do this line first, so we can destroy our gold blocks, then move on to this line here. Once we move to this line here, we're going to do 3 bottom left diagonals from here. So 1, 2, and 3. And there we go, that's that bit there done. Then fly to this 2 here, so this floating 2 here. As you can see, we're going off here. And from here, we're going to do 3 bottom left diagonals as well. So 1, 2, and 3. And there we go, that bit there is done as well. And once we've done that, we're going to fly to the 2 sticking up from the top. Sticking down, I mean. So as you can see, that one right there. We're going to be flying in towards here. Once we are ready and we're flown in towards here, we're going to do a bottom left diagonal from here and place one going to the left, just like so. We're then going to do another bottom left diagonal, place one to the left, and then do another bottom left diagonal. And there we go, those are those little parts that are done. So obviously we do have more to do, but that's that first sector's done basically. Once we have done that though, we're going to fly to the very top one first. So the very top one up here. Once we've flown to the very top one here, we're going to do a bottom left diagonal from this very top one. But I'm going to place one going to the left with our gold block. So there we go, we should be looking like that. Once you've done that, take out our black concrete and do 3 bottom left diagonals from here. So 1, 2, and 3. And next to there's the first little area done. So we can destroy our gold blocks. And then go move over to the second line going down. So this line here. So flying towards here. And once we're here, we're going to do a bottom left diagonal from here with our gold block. Once we've done this, we're going to place one to the left. And then we're going to take out our black concrete and do a bottom left diagonal. Place one to the left. And then do another bottom left diagonal. And there we go, that's that little sector there done. And destroy our gold blocks. Then once you've done that, fly to the third line, so to this line right here. And from this line with our gold block, we're going to do a bottom left diagonal from here. And from this bottom left diagonal, we're going to place one going to the left from here, just like so. Now once we have done this, take out our black concrete and do 2 bottom left diagonals from here, 1 and 2. There we go, that's the first part there done. So destroy our gold blocks. I mean, we're not doing one from there because that's all from this little area. Once we have done these though, we're going to fly down to the bottom because we're going to go off the bottom this time. So we're going to fly to the very left one going up. So this one right here. There we go. Fly back in towards here. Once you fly back in towards here, we're going to, with our gold block, we're going to place one on top. Then with our black concrete, do an upright diagonal and place one to the right. And there we go, we should be looking like that. Once we've done that, back onto this 2 here. With our gold block, do an upright diagonal. Just like so. And take out our black concrete and place 2 on top. So 1, 2. And then destroy our gold blocks. Might as well destroy it now. Then fly back up to the top of the black concrete and do 4 upright diagonals. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. There we go, that's that little part there done. I can see there's a big gap here, so that's why we didn't bother going off there and just flew down to the bottom. Once we have done that though, we're going to fly to the second one here. So this second line, so I'll place a gold block. Got a second line at the bottom. And once we're floating over to here, we're going to do an upright diagonal with a gold block. Just like so. And take out the black concrete and place one on top. And from this one on top, we're going to do 4 upright diagonals. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And as you see, that should be 5 upright diagonals in total there. As you see, we've got 5. Once we have done 5, destroy our gold block. But we're going to do something else, because there is another line here that is, we have like no bottom area to go off. We're going to fly to the very top of the 5 upright diagonals. And with a gold block, we're going to do a bottom right diagonal from here. Just like so. We're going to take out our black concrete and do a bottom right diagonal. There we go, we should be looking like that. And from this bottom right diagonal, we're going to do 2 bottom left diagonals. So 1 and 2, and there we go, that's our little area there done. So we can just destroy our gold block. We've got to zoom out. And then just one more area we want to do, just so we have a part where to go off next for the right hand side, or basically an area to connect to. So we're going to fly to the right hand side, and we want to be flying up to this flat 3 going along here at the top with the 1 underneath in the middle. So once we've flown over to here, on the left hand side of it, this 3 here, we're going to place 1 going up, just like so. And fly over to the very right hand side, and from the very right hand side, we're going to do a up right diagonal. And there we go, we're going to zoom out, so you can see what we've done right there. We just did those 2 areas basically, so we can see where we're going to connect back to or start from. There we go, let me just get a full zoom out so we can see everything we have done so far, which I never can get an angle. Get the fist out, it's a bit easier to see. And there you go, you can practically see everything. There you go, everything in the frame. So that is all for part 5. If you did enjoy this build, feel free to hit that like button and subscribe, that'd be much appreciated. And we are going to be doing Luffy until we complete it now, because as option 1 was the winner for how you want to see me do my tutorials, and by a long decision, by sure, it was definitely Luffy, and definitely option 1. But with that note being said, again, thank you for watching, peace out, enjoy the rest of your day, and bye bye.